G'day guys and welcome to the channel. I'm Wobbles and here we are today with a 10 trade turnaround with the Cleveland Browns. A 10 trade turnaround is basically I get 10 trades to turn the Cleveland Browns from an 0-16 team into a playoff team and hopefully make the Super Bowl. Within the 10 trades I get maximum of 15 players to work with. If I go over that, it's no good. Alright, so here we go, the Cleveland Browns. Can I turn them around? Alright guys, here we are, just about to get into the first of the trades, but we're going to take a look at the team. And for a team that went 0-16, this year there is a lot to improve. Obviously the offensive line is already a pretty good start with Joe Thomas, Joel Bitonio and Kevin Zeitler, but JC Treader and Rod Johnson are obviously people we need to improve. Obviously quarterback, wide receiver are big improvement options as well. Running back, not sure yet, we'll probably keep Crowell and Duke Johnson, but we will decide on that as we go. The defense has some good pieces, but again, 0-16 team, there's a lot of improvement needed. And let's get into the trades. Our first trade that's gone through is Buddy Calhoun and a second overall from 2018 for Jordy Nelson and Randall Cobb from the Packers. Now that's a good start with the wide receiver position, but there is still a long way to go with this team. Our second trade has gone through Christian Kirksey, the very first overall pick and a third round draft pick for Cameron Wake and Rashard Jones from the Dolphins. Both very solid players that are going to add a lot to this team. So our next trade that has gone through, we've got our quarterback Alex Smith from the Chiefs. We got him for wide receiver Corey Coleman, a 2018 fourth round draft pick and a 2019 fifth round. I think that's very good value. Another trade gone through, Luke Kuechly, welcome to the team. We gave the Panthers Josh Gordon, our second 2018 first round draft pick and a second round as well. This team is really starting to come. The next trade that's gone through has gone to the Ravens. We've got Marshall Yanda and Eric Weddle coming in for Deshaun Kaiser, Joe Schobert and our other second round draft pick. Levante David, welcome to the team. We've given the Bucks Duke Johnson, Derek Kindred and a second round draft pick from next year to bring him to the team. I've dipped back in with the Bucks and I've got Brent Grimes to add some depth to our corner position with 4th, 5th and 6th round. Another corner added to the team, we've got Tremont Williams for JC Treader and Carl Nassib. Another dip with the Bucks, we've got Doug Martin and DeMar Dotson for Emmanuel Ogbah, Trevor Coley I believe, and Jamar Taylor. Our final trade is Terrell Suggs and Jeremy Macklin for Seth DeValve, our 2019 first overall pick and a 2019 third pick. With the trades done, let's look to adjust this depth chart and let's see where we can go from there. And here is the finalised team guys. As you can see, a massive upgrade to the team. I pushed Yanda inside the centre to cover that position with Joe Thomas, Bitonio, Yanda, Zeitler and Dotson on the offensive line. It's gone from relatively alright to one of our strengths. David Njoku is still rocking at tight end with Alex Smith carrying our quarterback position, Isaiah Crowell leading our running back position with Doug Martin as his backup. Jordy Nelson, Randall Cobb and Jeremy Macklin are our top 3 receivers. Now in defense, this is definitely much improved. Our safeties are now a strength with Rashard Jones and Eric Weddle. Our 3 linebackers are, well, quite excellent really. We've got Terrell Suggs, Luke Kuechly and Levante David. Our defensive line consists of Myles Garrett and Cameron Wake on the ends with Danny Shelton and Larry Ogunjobi in the defensive tackle positions. Our corners aren't fantastic, but they're very solid. Our whole secondary is pretty solid really, with no one over 90 but mid to high 80s all around. McCourty, Grimes and Williams will be rocking there. Our specialists, well, we're going to go with Zane Gonzalez, he was already on the team, and Britton Colquitt. In terms of our returners, it'll be Randall Cobb and Jabril Peppers. Now with the sim, injuries are off. Let's see if we can make the playoffs. And we've done it, folks. We've taken the Cleveland Browns from an 0-16 team into a wildcard team. 11-5 is a pretty darn good record. Ooh, and there's a bit of XP there too, guys. With everyone in good confidence on the offense. Defense is looking too. Myles Garrett up to a 91. Rookie season was good. Alright, let's look at some stats. We still only finished second in the division, finishing behind the Steelers who are 12-4. Alex Smith had a pretty good season, 38 touchdowns and 18 interceptions. Rushing 1,200 yards and 7 touchdowns from Isaiah Crowell, with Doug Martin finishing on 511 as a good solid backup. Receiving, Jordy and Randall, the two Packers receivers we got, 1,200 basically each, combining for 17 touchdowns, with Jeremy Macklin 775. And Joku had a good rookie season with 800 yards and 7 touchdowns, and 250 yards and 3 for Isaiah Crowell. Look at that blocking. How good is that? That's what you want from your two tackles. Defensively, Luke Kuechly had 107 tackles, 2.5 sacks and an intercept. Leading sacks was Myles Garrett with 17. Cameron Wake finished with 11. Levante David had 8.5. And 8 apiece for Shelton and Suggs. On the interception front, we have 5 from McCourty, 2 each for Tremont Williams, Brent Grimes and Rashad Jones, with Suggs, David and Kuechly getting 1 each. Forced fumbles, a handful of people had 1 each. The awards, Tom Brady won MVP with Alex Smith finishing at 8. How did Hugh Jackson go? 7th on Coach of the Year. Not too bad. Offensive Player of the Year, Alex Smith got 5th. Defensive Player of the Year, we had no one. A bit disappointing. Offensive Rookie of the Year went to Sean Watson, with David Njoku finishing at 8. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Myles Garrett. There was no beating him there. Nobody else. Best quarterback, Smith at 3. Best running back, we had Isaiah Crowell at 6. Best wide receiver, Jordy was at 5. We had Joe Thomas, Marshall Yanda, Joel Batonio, Kevin Zeitler in best offensive lineman. Defensive lineman, Myles Garrett finished 2nd. Best linebacker, we had nobody. Best defensive back, we had Jesse McCourty finishing at 5. And Zane Gonzalez, this 71 overall kicker for us, got 4th. So we'll take that. Alright, the wild card against the Bengals. Can we do it? Can we improve to the divisional round? We've beaten the Bengals. Let's have a look at the schedule here. 38-22 over the Jacksonville Jaguars. So look at the stats here. Alex Smith was efficient. Crowell and Doug Martin, 3 touchdowns. Very good. Nelson and Njoku are 2 receiving touchdowns. 20 sacks. Terrell Suggs had the only sack. with McCourty, Jones, Luke Kuechly and Eric Weddle all recording an interception. Now we move on to the challenge here, guys. The New England Patriots in the divisional round. If we can beat them, there's a fair chance we can make the Super Bowl. Trust Tom to win in the playoffs. What was the score? Oh, it gave us a bit of a hiding. Alex Smith went off though, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Tom Brady had 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. We did nothing on the ground. And Joker had a big game, so did Randall Cobb. Defensively, you're not going to beat Tom Brady if you only get 2 sacks and no interceptions for the whole game. But I can honestly say I think that was a success. We took the Cleveland Browns from an 0-16 team to an 11-5 team, made the divisional round with a very good team. And that's the conclusion, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I am Wobbles. I'll see you later.